Go.
Hi, I'm Bronson Florence, and this is my audience for my persuasive speech. Imagine this. You're driving down the highway and you come across the crash. And you notice one of the drivers is standing by their vehicle, but they don't really have anything wrong with them. Maybe a couple of scratches or a bruise or nothing too bad. But you look around and you can't find the other driver. And then you look up and notice he's on top of this sign on the highway, like this man. He was in a crash and he was ejected from his vehicle because he was not wearing his seatbelt. Most of us, if not all of us, have a car or at least ride one at some point. But not all of us can say we wear our seatbelts all the time. Do you know wearing your seatbelt can reduce serious crash-related injuries by nearly half? I myself am guilty of not always wearing my seatbelt. Not wearing your seatbelt is a danger to you and the people around you. Today we are going to discuss the problems of not wearing your seatbelt, some laws that can be put in place to fix those, and how it can possibly make the roads safer. I'm going to start by telling you the danger of not wearing one. Motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death in the United States among peoples ages 1 through 54. In 2014, 48% of fatalities in crashes were because people were not wearing seatbelts. Stats show that seatbelts save lives. When a seatbelt is worn in the front seat properly, it reduces your risk for fatal injuries by 45% and moderate to severe injuries by 50%. When it is worn properly in the rear seat, it reduces your risk for fatal injuries by 73%. Also, do you know if an adult in the vehicle is wearing their seatbelt, a child is 92% more likely to be wearing theirs? An article from TrafficSafetyMarketing.gov sponsored by NHTSA in 2001 says, seatbelts are the most effective thing in a vehicle to protect you in the instance of a crash. It also says that just in 2008, 13,000 lives were saved because of seatbelts. Wearing your seatbelt helps you remain in place during a crash instead of being tossed around the cab or possibly ejected from the vehicle, which results in death almost every time. It also helps you remain in a good position for other things in the vehicle to work properly, such as airbags. Wearing a seatbelt is not the only problem. Some people struggle with wearing seatbelts properly. In an article from freewayinsurance.com in 2014, it says that seatbelts worn properly can help critically reduce the chance for injury. QualityHealth.com has an article that states the proper way a seatbelt should be worn is over your shoulder and close to the body, not behind your back, and the lap should be placed low on the hips and also close to the body. So now we know the problem, but what can we do to eliminate it? I believe you should not be able to be in a motor vehicle without a seatbelt. Seatbelts can save your lives and the people around you. An article from ghsa.org titled Seatbelt Laws says there are two different types of seatbelt laws, a secondary law and a primary law. Primary law says that an officer of the law can pull you over and give you a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt, and that only. But a secondary law states that the officer must first pull you over for another traffic violation before he can give you a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt. Currently, 34 states have primary seatbelt laws. 15 states have secondary seatbelt laws, but they have primary seatbelt laws for children 18 and under. But wait, that's only 49. That's right, New Hampshire has no seatbelt laws currently in place. Except for they do have a seatbelt or a primary law for children ages 18 and under as well. I believe all 50 states should not only have a primary seatbelt law, but they should have a law against, or saying people have to wear their seatbelts properly. Some may argue, well, it's their choice. They should be able to wear a seatbelt if they want to. Nobody should be able to dictate it. Or, hey, maybe I'm not going to get in a crash today. Why should I have to wear my seatbelt? I'm a good driver. Well, an article titled "Everyone Has a Role in Making the Road Safer" states, "No one wakes up thinking they're going to lose a loved one today. But nearly every day, 100 people die from car accidents and 1,000 suffer life-changing injuries." But a person may argue, well, still, I'm risking my own life. What does it matter? I'm not hurting anybody else. This video might make those people think differently.
This is Michael. Today he's going to hit his girlfriend so hard she ends up with permanent brain damage.
This vehicle, service critical. They say the guy without the seatbelt did the damage.
No seatbelt, no excuse. From DOE, supported by AXA Insurance.
I think the seatbelt problem can not only be solved by primary laws, but an increase in the fine for these tickets. The highest price of a ticket is $160, and that's in the state of California. But most states charge maybe only $25. I think this price should be raised because it will make people want to wear their seatbelts for the sole purposes they don't want to get pulled over and have to pay huge amounts of fines just for not wearing their seatbelt. Because saving your life isn't enough, right? Changing the laws might make the road safer. When wearing your seatbelt, you have a lesser chance of injury when getting in a crash. With a larger fine and tighter seatbelt laws, would you wear your seatbelt? Laws can be put into play, but will these actually help? I think they will make a huge difference. How many times have you been riding in the vehicle with somebody and they drive past a cop and they start scrambling to put their seatbelt on because they don't want to get a ticket or they don't want to get pulled over? I know it's happened to me many times. Do you know states with secondary laws, 80% of people wear their seatbelts? But states with primary laws, 90% of people wear their seatbelts? That goes to show right there that seatbelt laws do have an effect on people wearing their seatbelts. Imagine if a large fine was attached to that. What kind of difference it would make. Will seatbelts actually make the road safer? It's not going to make everybody drive better or anything like that, but say you are driving and you get hit by a drunk driver, or you just happen to run a red light and you get in a crash, that seatbelt's going to protect you more than it would if you were not. So yes, I think it will make the road safer for you and while you're in your car. So let's go over what we learned today. I told you the danger of not wearing your seatbelt. We talked about how not wearing your seatbelt can be dangerous to you, some laws that should be put into place, and how it can possibly make the road safer for you. Making seatbelt laws isn't necessarily going to make the road safer, but it will keep you safer in your car so you don't end up on top of the freeway sign.